Hello everyone, welcome to the final mission of TFTC Reimagined as it currently stands of our Let's Play. This is Battle 8 Mission 5 and we're defending the Stalwart from a surprise attack. It's trapped by an interdictor. Now although this is going to be the last mission as it currently stands, I do intend to actually do a couple more Let's Plays here. And two of these will be Let's Replay. And that's going to be Battle 3 Mission 1 and Battle 4 Mission 2, because they are both now significantly different from since I last played them. And I'm also going to do Battle 9 Mission 1 for you. So my intention actually is for 1.3 to release Battle 9 Mission 1 Reimagined as a sort of teaser leading into, what can we expect for Battle 9. And I will go into a bit more details about my plans for the reimagined campaigns going forward. But I will talk about that when we come to it.
Single TIE advance left to defend her, we must use every weapon at our disposal. As such, you will be armed with the new mag-pulse warheads we captured in the previous mission. This warhead incapacitates its target by disabling its weapon systems temporarily. You will use them on the enemy capital ships to render their defenses inoperable until the Stalwart can destroy them with her turbo lasers. Then we can take out the interdictor and escape before more of Zaren's ships arrive to finish the job. Be careful though, the mag pulse will only disable their systems for a brief time, so keep a close eye on the enemy capitals. You only need to use one warhead per ship. Expect to also face TIE starfighters flown by Zaren's best pilots.
So, I like this mission. This is my favourite mission of Battle 8. If I do end up doing a big redo of Battle 8, I'm going to keep this one. It might change a little bit, but no, I think this is a fun mission to end, and it's a hard one. It is a hard mission. I have tweaked it down a little bit more on easy and medium difficulties because people were quite frustrated and were having difficulties with it. I can do it fine, but then I'm the creator. I know the exact points you need to do to win this.
Magpulse technology.
On hard difficulty though, it's unchanged. Because I want it to be hard.
We cannot count on our forces to arrive in time to...
So you've only got the Stalwart, you're surrounded by 3 and then 4 capital ships. You've got the interdictor and 2 modified frigates, and then a strike cruiser will show up, and these are all within cannon range of the Stalwart. And on top of that, you've got all their fighter complements, which is completely outnumbering the Stalwart.
Fight our way out of this. Prioritize the fighters engaging the Stalwart.
So, yeah, we're pretty much deploying all our forces in this one engagement as with what we got left, and this is like a really desperate defense of the Stalwart, and you have to be on your game here. You have to keep the enemy capitals disabled. I tend not to do this until at least the strike cruiser arrives. Compared to the original, I've basically just added one more capital ship that's attacking, because in the original you had the one modified frigate and then the strike cruiser shows up as well, and you've got the interdictor still in the distance. But I thought, another modified frigate here.
Another cruiser just entered the area.
So here's the strike cruiser. Launches a couple of waves.
It's completely surrounded. Alpha, use your mag pulse to keep those starships disabled. Our turbo lasers will do the rest.
You can see here we've got a flight of TIE Advanced also shooting at the Stalwart. The fighters are kind of a bigger threat here because they can take down the hit points a lot quicker than the starships can, ironically. But yeah, now we just keep switching our targets every 30 seconds, keep rotating between all 3 starships, dumbfire, keep them disabled, and here you need to keep an eye on one group of TIE Advance, which comes from the Serpent, the strike cruiser Serpent, and a group of TIE bombers which come from the frigate which has just destroyed the platform. Those 2 groups are the main threat to the Stalwart. The rest can be more or less ignored, but you are going to be shot at here by TIE interceptors and TIE fighters as well. But yeah, another reason I find this mission so fun is because you're basically fighting at point blank ranges and flying in and around the hull of the Stalwart It just feels like a super intense mission. You feel like you're surrounded. And yeah, it's just fun seeing every now and then the big hull of the destroyer and the lasers glowing against it. That ship just crashed into the bridge of the Stalwart. I think if you don't do anything here, the Stalwart dies within 2.5 minutes, regardless of the difficulty. I did buff the Stalwart's hit points for this mission specifically.
This is the frigate Thrasher to Stalwart.
And there's that Tom Kane voice again.
Excellent timing, Thrasher.
But I thought this would be a nice sort of little...
Then move alongside the Stalwart.
Oh, suddenly reinforced, because I said this mission in the outset that we're not likely to get any reinforcements because we thought both frigates were destroyed, but it turns out one frigate did survive. It managed to escape ZA-13 and is here to help us, and it just adds to another element of this kind of crazy capital combat going on here. I've said before, I love big ships shooting at each other. This is another reason why this is a favourite mission of mine, because I've got several big ships shooting at each other, and it's all close range, and it's great fun. Down goes that frigate. And down goes this frigate as well. So from this point on, it's pretty much a victory. It's hard to lose the mission at this point if you've got to this point in the mission. So yeah, it's a pretty short mission. It's intense, but it's short. So at least, you know, you're going to die a lot, but it won't be that you're playing for 10-15 minutes and then you die and you have to do it all over again. It's always good to at least hold off a couple of mag pulses so you can disable the interdictor's ability to shoot down incoming warheads, but the interdictor will die very quickly anyway, without the support that it's had before. The only real issue is you can possibly still die from this wave of TAs, TIE Advance, that come in to attack you.
Report on primary target. They has been destroyed.
There we go, the interdictor's down, and just as a fleet of Zaren's ships arrive. And you might think, are these friendlies? And then you check and nope, they're not friendly. And if you do check the ship names, if you get close enough, I think anyway, most of those ships are the same ones that were over Coruscant. This is Zaren's core fleet, or at least part of his core fleet here. And the Glory is part of that fleet. So they're unknown. I should probably actually change that so we actually know what their names are. So now this is down, the Stalwart, and if the frigate survives, can hyper out. How quickly they hyper out can depend on how quickly you defeat the other ships. I think I need to tweak this a little, but the idea here is that you tend to just jump away just as they're all launching all their fighters. So you can see there's a bunch of fighters being launched, and it's an overwhelming number of fighters and bombers. If you stay too long, you would die, sort of thing. So the point is just to get out as quickly as possible.
Well done, Alpha One. Thank you from all of us.
77% hull.
Heavily damaged,
Not too bad.
but otherwise intact. Dock with the Stalwart now for debriefing.
I also think this mission kind of helps you stay even more attached to the Stalwart as a ship. You know, we've been through a lot now with this ship. In Battle 3, shows up in Battle 7, and all of Battle 8. That is a lot of assault transports and TIE interceptors for a single frigate.
report on our recent attacks.
Admiral Zarin, we have destroyed all the Cedar Fleet Systems factories.
Remember, Zarin is a Grand Admiral, that's why he's got the white uniform on. I know we always say Admiral Zarin in the briefings.
We will continue our destruction of the Emperor's military...
I think I'd need to go back and tweak a couple of missions just to emphasise that, yes, he is a Grand Admiral, but it's still easy to say Admiral, much like we say Admiral Thrawn instead of Vice Admiral Thrawn all the time.
Against the Emperor. Yes, sir, Admiral Zarin.
See, he just said Admiral Zarin, not Grand Admiral Zarin. And here's our final medal for Reimagined. I like how it seems it's got a couple of white pixels just there randomly. I think the high resolution image actually is shows what they're supposed to be. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a couple of stars or glinting stars or something.
With the help of your heroic efforts and the timely arrival of the Nebulon B frigate Thrasher, thought lost at ZA-13, our remaining forces made it out of there alive, and we eliminated several of Zarin's own capital ships in the process. Vice Admiral Thrawn sends his personal congratulations and wishes that you join him in his efforts to track Zarin down. The Emperor has commanded Admiral Thrawn to destroy Zarin's forces and has made available to him the best resources in the Imperial Navy in order to accomplish this. You are one of these resources.
Indeed. Be nice if the Emperor had given us all the resources before that point, but yeah. Coming 2022, I certainly hope so. It's very time intensive to build these missions, and I have very limited time these days because I have a family. But I do what I can. Reimagined 9 to 13 is considerably well along. I'd say about at the moment 60% of all the missions have some varying levels of design work done. Either they're at the basic point or they're in almost complete gameplay point. But there's still a lot to do. And as it's my baby, I'm doing the mission design for Reimagined. No one else is. And yeah, I could have help, but only I know how I want to do things. My baby. But yeah, this cutscene is one I've made in Adobe After Effects. Initially, when I tried to do this little cutscene, I tried to emulate the original credits cutscene from TIE Fighter, which I did manage to do. I had the whole red-blue banners going across in an animated fashion at the pixelated text. But it was going to be a lot of work to do, and visually speaking, especially once you got like lists and lists of people, I just thought it didn't really look that good. So I sort of scrapped it and just went with this, just using the TIE Fighter font, and did it this way, and sort of a bit more of a classical compare. So this cutscene has a different variation in classic. So you have the TFTC Reimagined cast here, which has myself and all the other people who've contributed to the voice acting. Whereas in the classic version, you will see the original cast instead of this, with the exception of the wingman, of course. But yeah, that's Reimagined. I truly hope that people have enjoyed Reimagined. From what I've understood, a lot more people seem to find Reimagined more fun than Classic, but that's just based on a few comments I've had here and there, and a couple of small polls I did. I'm by no means a great writer or anything like that. I'm just doing what I felt would be cool, what I would enjoy, what I hope other people would enjoy, and I hope I've at least accomplished that to some degree or another. And it's certainly been a fun journey, and it's still a fun journey going forward, especially with the creative freedom I have now going forward. I just wish sometimes that I had all this knowledge and experience when I first started, because I think things would have been a bit different in how things would have progressed. But yeah, as it is what it is, as it stands, and I'm proud of that fact. But I'm always open to advice, criticism, constructive criticism. I do like to listen to your feedback. There we go. Credits over. And I should have one more message. Do I have any more memorabilia? No. Okay, so let's... there's our medal case. 8 medals. Didn't quite reach the last secret order rank, it seems. It is possible, but I didn't do enough bonus objectives to get that far. I wonder how many points away I am actually from getting that. I think the point is 225,000 to get the 6th rank, and there you go. So I'm 7,000-ish points short of getting that 6th rank there. The bonus score is what defines the secret order ranks. Notice an unauthorized entry to your quarters. That took a moment. Eclectically. Good word. So I kind of like that. That's a good bit of writing there from UL. This little thing, because obviously Thrawns is known for sort of studying people's artwork to understand them. And we've impressed Thrawns at this point, so him coming into our quarters and just taking a look around to better understand me, or you, the player, I think it's a nice touch. Certainly with all the things we have coming up, Thrawns will want to know how best to use the player in the future. So yeah, that makes great sense. But that's that. That's been the Reimagined campaign as it currently stands. As I said, I'll be back for a handful more missions. But thank you very much for joining me on this Let's Play. If you have any ideas of what other Let's Plays you might be likely to do in the future that are not necessarily TIE Fighter based, very interested to hear your comments if you're interested at all. I would like to do other games, Let's Plays. There's certainly one game I'd really want to do a Let's Play of, and that's an old Star Trek game called A Final Unity. Because that, along with TIE Fighter and Magic Carpet, are some of the first games I ever played. So, yeah. Do let me know in the comments. Otherwise, until next time, good hunting, and thank you for listening.